night, because what do they know about YouTube, kind of thing. But
I would say no. I would say that they know that they have to be on the platform, but they haven't figured out the platform. So that hiring media consultants used to working with TV, even just how you frame a shot for a screen that's going to be 3 inches by 3 inches on a computer is much different than how you frame a shot on location for a news shoot. So I know that they think they have to use it. And even if when they tried to get creative, like when Hillary Clinton did that whole "please vote for my song" thing, I think it came up very inauthentic. So I don't think that there's too many campaigns, including the one that I work for, that have figured out the platform just yet.
I think what you have is, now I'm not, if you're talking about the candidate itself, I think the people that have utilized YouTube the best probably has been the Ron Paul people. As much as I, joke about Ron Paul, they're the most enthusiastic people out there supporting their candidate, and they are in numbers on YouTube. I did a video phony YouTube numbers, but
what do you attribute the Ron Paul phenomenon to? Why is he so good on YouTube?
He's straightforward. I mean, I think that's what my students, they watch videos, and there's nothing flashy about it. Sometimes they're too flashy, and the kids just say like, yeah, there wasn't much to it, but I understood what he was saying. It seemed to make sense. It was just straightforward.
There's a hesitancy with overproduction, I think. If you have high production value, people aren't going to trust you as much. If you're well lit and your audio's pretty good, there's something up.
It's almost better than making mistakes.
Yeah. I don't think they quite get it.
Another thing with Ron Paul, you know where he stands. You might not like where he stands, but you know where he stands. And that's where a lot of the candidates have problems today. It's the communication. If the question was asked about what I would advise Fred Thompson to do, it would be communication, to communicate to the people. And this is one of the things that's really not happening. And there's a lot of mixed messages out there, where whether somebody's for an issue, or they're for this, or they're for that, or even my man Fred there, I was unhappy with his Social Security answer that he gave in a few debates ago. I mean, he really didn't get into anything about it.
So if Fred Thompson hired you as his YouTube guru, what would you tell him to do?
Well, honesty is the most. You see, he's a laid-back type person. He's a laid-back type person. But honesty is the most important thing in communication. To communicate with people. Don't rely on the press to do it, you have to communicate and get out there and explain. If you have to do a commercial, a 3-minute commercial, or whatever, put it out there. I remember when Ross Perot was running for president back in '72. He had his own little show there where he had this big chart board there for a half hour. He was telling people, that's got to do this, and so forth, But you got to communicate with the people, and that's one of the huge problems with the president that we have now. He just can't communicate.
See, I think he kind of does communicate with the people, because people hear him talk the way he talks, and sometimes that's the way they talk. And I kind of think he does. Maybe he doesn't, maybe people don't agree with him, but they understand what he's saying. And I think that's kind of his kind of niche.
Well, he never really explained the troop surge there. Like, the troop surge was basically about what they were going to do is we had 12,000 troops on to search out these cells, the terrorist cells in Baghdad. And what they did is they added another 17,000 troops to that, which is 29,000. There was over 150% increase. Basically, the president was saying we're going to send 30,000 more troops over there, but he didn't explain each one has different jobs and what areas they were doing.
Wow, it's 2 o'clock and the debate has already begun. Great. Did you have a question? Oh, sorry.
I'll really double down a bit here. On the Democratic debate, the story, and this is probably because we were early in the debates and in the cycle, but the story that came out of it, what people remember, is freaking toughness, no mystery, right? That's what everybody remembers. So I was wondering if I could have your thoughts on sort of the potential of the characters of YouTube overshadowing the message that the candidates are giving, and in fact that's sort of competing communication. And then some people, I'm not of this mind, but some people say, oh, well, it forces the debate, it's not dignified enough. So I wonder what you guys think of those thoughts. Anybody?
Well, based on the number of people who go to the poll, the old way wasn't really working. It was a one-way communication street. So if there's a diversity, and if diversity includes snowmen and want to ask questions about global warming,